Now, there seems to be an inborn struggle within the ruling party, that is the UDA party, and the Kenya Kwanza administration at large. Why am I saying this? Some recent words made by the Member of Parliament of Kikuyu and the current majority leader in Parliament, KIMANI hit out at how Kithure Kindiki has not been delivering in matters of unifying the people of the Mount Kenya region and also uniting the country at large and playing his key role in the government, which is defending President William Ruto against every naysayer and against every allegation that is brought against the president by either Rigathi Gachagua and or any other opposition leader, which has left President William Ruto exposed to a point that his members of parliament and the ODM minions are the ones that have taken the mantle to defend the president. Yet, according to the president and his people, the person that should take up the role of becoming the defender of the presidency is his subordinate, that is the deputy president of the Republic of Kenya. And now the DP is one professor of law, Kithure Kindiki. Now let's get down to business. Let's talk about it. The National Assembly Majority Leader Kimani Ichung'wah has issued a stern warning to Deputy President Kithure Kindiki, urging him to perform his duties diligently or risk an impeachment, similar to his predecessor Rigathi Gachagua. Speaking in Nairobi on Monday, Ichung'wah emphasized loyalty, integrity, and service delivery, stating, leadership comes with responsibility. If you neglect your duties or work against the people's interests, the system will act. We saw what happened to Gachagua. Now, Gachagua was impeached over corruption, ethnic incitement, and undermining the presidency, a historic first in Kenya. Kindiki sworn in on 1st of November last year. On 1st of November last year, he faces an intense scrutiny right now. Now, Ichung'wah's remarks signals a mounting pressure within the ruling party to enforce discipline. Political analysts have said that Kindiki must balance loyalty and performance to avoid Gashagua's fate. Now, while some supporters welcomed the warning as a call for accountability, others viewed it as a threat. Let's look at it in this manner. The president recently has faced a lot of criticism from Rigathi Gachagua, from the people that were removed out of government. We have people like the former cabinet secretary of agriculture, that is one Mithika Linturi. The other day, Mithika Linturi held an interview with Wero TV, a vernacular Meru TV station. And Mithika Linturi exposed how President William Ruto forced him into becoming the bearer of the responsibility of the fertilizer scandal. Yet he, William Ruto, and co were behind the fake fertilizer scandal that ruined the reputation of Juan Medeka Lentore during his era as the cabinet secretary of agriculture in the country. Now, these were sentiments that Mithika Linturi echoed from one Rigathi Gachagua, who claimed that William Ruto was given fertilizer by Russia, and after being given fertilizer by Russia, he called his friend Devik, who the owner of the CEO of Devik Group of Companies, Narendra Rava. So one company of Narendra Rava, which deals with fertilizers, took the fertilizer that was given to Kenya by Russia freely and decided, you know what? They are going to repackage the fertilizer. And during the process of repackaging, that is when they put there some other dangerous chemicals to our plants, and also they put in mchanga there so that the fertilizer could be made and it could, be distributed countrywide. Tuko pamoja. So that happened. And Rigathi Gachagua quoted this story. Mithika Linturi has exposed this story to a certain level. But one Professor Abraham Kithure Kindiki, he is required by the people surrounding the president, people like Akina FAROUK KIBET, Oscar Sudi, KIMANI ICHUGWAH, Aaron Cherwat. All of them want him to take up the mantle and become a man enough to defend the presidency. Are we together? So they want him to go head on with Rigathi Gachagua, not to be a scared little dog that wants its master to always defend it. Let it grow some balls and defend itself. That is what Kimani Ichung'wah is literally telling Kithure Kindiki. Go ahead, defend the government. Somebody can't implicate President William Ruto in matters of RSF, at housing terrorists, gold smuggling and all that, yet you as the deputy president, a man that is supposed to monitor and keep the presidency clean, you are there sitting and doing nothing. That is what they're literally telling Kithure Kindiki. And Kimani Ichung'wah feels that the position that Kithure Kindiki holds right now should have been given to him by President William Ruto when Kithure Kindiki was, when Gachagua was impeached, because he, Kimani Ichung'wah, led the House, the Parliament, to impeach Rigathi Gachagua. So he felt that he really deserved that. But President William Ruto decided, you know what? We are going to have a lot of chaos if we input you as the DP. So let's bring in the CS of Interior then, Kithure Kindiki, to act or to work as the deputy president. Now, the same thing that Kimani Ichung'wah is telling Kithure Kindiki is what we saw last year. Just 1 month after Kithure Kindiki took over office, he was faced by a lot of criticism, ambapo tuliambiwa the guy hata alikuwa ametandikwa makofi na FAROUK KIBET for refusing to defend the president in matters that were then very rampant in the country, which was abductions. Are we together? So Kithure Kindiki decided he is not going to defend the government against abduction, yet the government was carrying out abduction. Now, come to this point. Kithure Kindiki is not as fierce as Rigathi Gachagua was. When Rigathi Gachagua was the DP, man, Ruto was protected. And before they fell out, Rigathi Gachagua always took everything personal. Ukileta ujinga kwa rais, alikuwa anamdefend to the fullest. If there is a man that Ruto lost in his government and that man became the greatest enemy of his, is Rigathi Gachagua. Gachagua hata mungekuja na skando gani against the presidency, he would mold up stories, he would cook up stories to defend the president. But now, Kithure Kindiki is a man that has a moral code. He has an ethical code that is the code of speaking the truth in matters law, because this is a professor of law. So it becomes very hard for this man to lie or even to formulate lies that he will speak to the people. They have to be drawn out for him. Hata zingine anaandikiwa anashindwa kuziongea. And Ruto is fronting him as the man that is doing his dirty transaction. The militant leader of RSF in Sudan arrives in Kenya, and the person sent to receive him is Kithure Kindiki. How now is this man able to defend the president yet? Hata yeye mwenyewe kujiongelea ameshindwa. Let me ask you, when last did you see the wife of Professor Kithure Kindiki in public? We all were seeing Dorcas Rigathi Gachagua doing certain programs here and there as the second lady. But the second lady that took over office after Dorcas was kicked out with the husband, hatujawahi muona, hatujui hata alienda wapi. That is how the Kindiki is. He's a man that he was not cut out for politics. That man was cut out to be a technocrat, not a politician. And the current warnings coming from people like Akina Kimani Ichung'wah, They should be taken serious, but he cannot impeach him right now. You know why they can't impeach him? It's because how can a government impeach or have over 3 deputy presidents in just one term? Hmm? All they can do is just wait for the year 2027. After Ruto, for the year 2027, when Ruto will choose another running mate and throw away Kithure Kindiki. That's it for now. I want to hear your comments in regards to these. Leave a comment on the comment section. See you in our next video. Subscribe.